Hello and welcome. I'm Master Sergeant Sean Jacobs. I want to start with a quick apology. I can't be there in person today because I'm out competing in our global competition. That said, on behalf of myself and our instructional leads, Master Sergeant Stan Nichols and Technical Sergeant Matthew Miranda, we're proud to welcome you to the competition-focused force. A day focused on competing as an agile force in today's evolving employment of air power. Over the last 5 years, the Department of the Air Force moved from an urgent call to action, accelerate, change, or lose, into doctrine, operational concepts, and now an enterprise-wide re-optimization for strategic competition. In 2020, the message was unapologetically blunt. Leadership told us we had a window to change faster than our competitors, or risk losing the advantage. That call forced experiment, urgency, and permission to break assumptions. It created the momentum we needed to question long-standing practices and try new ways of operating. By 2022, that momentum turned into product. The charge became doctrine and enterprise policy, updated Air Force publications, agile combat employment concepts, adoption and institutionalization of mission command, and professional military education reform to shape the mindsets we need. We built the foundation, new tactics, new training pathways, and doctrine that put adaptability at the center of readiness. In 2024, the effort matured into a strategic posture, deliberate re-optimization for great power competition. That meant rethinking force generation, honing deployment cycles, and putting measurable readiness standards in place. The focus shifted from experimentation to integration, aligning doctrine, logistics, training, and command relationships so the force can actually fight and sustain in a contested environment. Today, we're at initial operational capacity for that re-optimization. Concepts are in IOC, new readiness standards and employment models are being stood up, and leaders are beginning to certify units against these expectations. The work is no longer just a call, it's a concrete set of expectations that commanders and airmen must meet. So where do we go from here? We refine what's working, ruthlessly discard what's not, and most importantly, put doctrine into daily practice. That means measurable training, realistic exercises, rapid feedback loops, and leadership willing to resource risk and accept iterative failure on the path to institutional success. We answered the call to accelerate change. Now we must make it durable, measurable, and lethal in competition. So what do we do with all this guidance and novel ways we define our role as competitors? Since 2022, competition-focused force is about sharpening how we think and act so the Department of the Air Force and the U.S. military remain competitive in this new age of strategic competition. Bear with me for a second. Let me break this down. Imagine the Air Force wants utility and function from its airmen. Something reliable, sturdy, versatile, and at times lethal when employed. They want a knife, but not every knife is right for every job. If you don't acquire the right raw materials, refine them, and assemble them properly, the tool won't do what you expect. Think of it like this. The Department of the Air Force supplies the raw material, basic military training, tech school, and professional military education machine, and refine those pieces. Now you have the components. Local leadership's guidance is our blueprint, with mission training and on-the-job experience assembling those pieces into a tool that fits the mission. But even a great knife needs care, maintenance and sharpening so it's ready the moment you need it. That's what events like CFF are, a sharpening event. We're not remaking the blade, we're honing the edge so your skills cut clean, fast, and true in strategic competition. So today, sharpen up, learn by leading, keep the edge, and take that readiness back to your team. Ask yourself this, why are we here? Because the fight is changing, and so must we. Today focuses on 3 outcomes. Build competitive leaders who learn by doing. Grow an innovation-first mindset so adaptation becomes habit, not panic. And sharpen our readiness to increase operational lethality and strategic competition. Ultimately, today should be an engagement-focused getting you uncomfortable, since we have new concepts to integrate into what we think we know, and at times, put them to the test. Today we run 2 simultaneous tracks, active academics and practical application, with Crew Alpha and Crew Bravo trading places after the first block, so everyone receives both the classroom and hands-on experience. Crew Bravo will begin in active academics. In this block, we'll cover A staff roles in force configuration with AFRIGEN linkages, continuous process improvement and innovation methods, and a short primer on emerging technology. Expect focused mini lessons, concept briefs, and clear learning objectives that you can apply back to the unit. At the same time, Crew Alpha will be in practical application working the T3 Keystone ACE tabletop. They'll operate in small groups on scenario-driven problems where doctrine meets the map, practicing decision cycles, resource allocation, and rapid AAR loops. Each group will generate an actionable follow-up for resource utilization and implementation at home station. After the first block, both crews rotate. Crew Alpha moves to the tabletop to apply what they just learned, and Crew Bravo moves into the academics block to absorb the concepts that inform the exercise. This swap ensures every airman practices both the theory and the practical skills needed to compete. We're mobilizing as a force, split into separate ATF staff roles. You will execute the following reporting instructions while maintaining continuous readiness. We're executing a deliberate two-track mobilization with an evergreen readiness lane. The goal is simple: preserve mission continuity while redirecting forces where they're most needed. Each crew has a purpose and a chain of accountability. Understand yours, own it, and communicate clearly. Crew Alpha, stay deployed in place and report to Master Sergeant Nichols. You are continuity of operations. Maintain the node, hold critical mission systems, and keep the tempo while other elements reposition. Sustain watches, preserve access to intelligence and comms, continue mission handoffs, and keep leaders informed on capability gaps. Your role is stability. Do not redeploy unless ordered. Crew Bravo, follow Technical Sergeant Miranda to the home station location. Your purpose is reconstitution, reset, and surge posture. Execute accountability procedures on arrival, align with home station logistics, and be ready to transition into follow-on tasks or deploy forward again. Use the movement to correct shortfalls, retrieve equipment, and complete deliberate training so you return to the fight more capable. Remain engaged and sharp. Regardless of where you are, readiness is non-negotiable. Continue physical training, mission rehearsals, cross-training, and CI2 activities. Keep certification standards current, run rapid after-action learning cycles, and document lessons so we iterate faster. This is a competition posture. Speed, discipline, and clarity matter. NCOs know your crew, know your task, and execute with precision. We mobilize to maintain advantage, move decisively, sustain the fight, and keep sharpening the edge.